Okay, the first thing you want to do is under Finder, you want to open Finder up, which I already have it open. Go to Applications, and you want to open up two things. The first thing you want to open up is iCal for iCalendar, and the second thing you want to open up is Entourage, which many of you may have already been familiar with. If you're not, it's under Microsoft Office, and it's Entourage. And here's iCalendar with a couple sample dates in there. And then once you have both of these open up, as Entourage is starting to open up now, you're ready to move on to the next step. When you're in Entourage, the first thing you're going to want to do is set up your preferences to sync with your iCalendar. So under Entourage, you're going to want to select Preferences. And then under Preferences, I mean, you can set up whatever you want here for your general preferences, but for your syncing purposes, you want to go to Sync Services, and you're going to want to make sure that the Synchronize Events and Tasks with iCal is checked. Mine's already checked because I've already set it up. To synchronize Entourage Notes and Contacts and Address Book with .Mac. .Mac is a Mobile Me account, and there's a free trial and then $100 a year. Basically what it does is it syncs your Mac with all your other devices or PCs or whatever else you need. But you don't have to do that. What you really need to do is just click the Synchronize Events with the iCal and your Entourage, and that doesn't cost anything. Okay, once you've selected Entourage to sync with iCalendar, your best bet is to put your schedule in iCalendar so that it syncs with Entourage, because Entourage, believe it or not, can't copy and paste events as easily as iCalendar can. So when you go to iCalendar, the first thing that you notice is that here's your Entourage calendar. You might have home, work, and untitled. You don't necessarily need these things unless you want to have separate calendars. But the Entourage calendar is what you'll have to have checked in order to have events synced. So basically, when you're putting in your school schedule, what you want to do is go into iCalendar, make sure that your Entourage calendar is selected, and then begin to put in your events. And I'm going to show you how to do that in the next video. But if you want, you can always change the color if you don't like orange. They have some other colors too. I mean, just a little sidebar. So there it is. That's how you'll know if you've synced it properly, is that when you go to iCalendar, you'll see a calendar here called Entourage. And in essence, what will happen is anything that you put in this calendar will automatically sync with Entourage. Okay, to put a event in your calendar, or in this case, an event would be a class, I'm going to start with Wednesday, January 21st, which is at day 7. There's a couple of ways you can do it. You can go to File and hit New Event, or you can just hit Open Apple N, or you can go to actually the place on the calendar where you want to add it and double click. So I already put in A7 and F7, so I'm going to go ahead and put in break. So I'm going to go around the 10 o'clock point, and I'm going to double click, and a new event will come up. And I'm going to put in break, and that 10:15 you can change over here to your right, but I'll show you that on another video. But that's how you would start to insert an event into your calendar. Okay, so here's the 10:15 break that I just put in from the last video, but I want to change the timing. So I would come up here to where it says from the date and actually click on the time, and instead of 10:15 I want to go for 10 o'clock, and I want it to end at 10:15. And it put me to PM for some reason, so I'll just change that back to AM. I don't want it to repeat. I don't want to invite anybody to it. I don't want an alarm. So I changed it to 10:15 AM, and here it appears as break. If I have any notes, I can double click down here and I can write. I can click something like break duty, if I have break duty. And then when I'm done, there it is, and it actually shows that there's notes there. So you would continue doing that for all your other classes. So for example, my next period is H7, and it's, so I put H7, and that's my 8th grade motion class. And I can even put in parentheses where it is. So let's say it's room 226. Again, I'll go up here and I'll change the time because H7 is actually 10:20 until 11:05 a.m. And notes, again, I can put in what I'm doing for that day. So, I don't know, show video. And there it is, 10:20 to 11:05. Break is 10 o'clock to 10:15, and then you would just continue to add them as you go. So here's what my day 7 looks like in iCalendar. A7, F, break, H, D, B, lunch, C, and a prep period. Now if I want to, since I've already synced it up, here's what it'll look like when I switch over to Entourage. So if I open up Entourage, notice you'll see A7, F7, the same exact schedule, again with the notes that I put in, the location, the room that I'm in, and this is what it'll look like in Entourage. In addition, there's something called My Day, which you can open up without actually looking at your Entourage calendar in a full effect. And it's up here in the upper right. If I can slide it over, this is what it'll look like. It's like a little sidebar that can be on your desktop. And if I go over to the 21st, I can look through my whole schedule for the day. One of the advantages of putting your plan book into your computer. Next, I'll show you how to copy that day 7 and paste it to all the other day 7s that you have in the rest of the year. Alright, that'll be the next video. Okay, so now you're ready to copy and paste it to all the other day 7s. Now to do this the best way, I just go through the plan book and just jot down all the dates of the day 7s. But to highlight, what you do is you click on an event once, you don't open it, you hold down the shift key and keep it down and select each one of your events for that day, and then hit edit copy or open Apple C. And then now you're going to want to go to the other dates where you have a day 7. So I know that after January 21st is January 30th, and I had already pasted that one. And then in February I have February 10th, and I already went ahead and pasted that one too. The next one is the 23rd. I pasted that one. The next one in line is March 4th. So I would go to March 4th, click it down here in the week, and then actually click it here Wednesday, March 4th, and then hit Open Apple V to paste it. And there's my schedule copied to March 4th. And then after that is April 6th. So I would go to April 6th, and then April 6th, and Open Apple V. And you just keep doing that until you get all your ones done. Actually, that should have been April 7th, not April 6th. So I'll just go to April 7th, and I will paste it to April 7th, and now I'll show you how to delete. To delete, what you do is, again, you hold down the Shift key, because I want to delete all these on April 6th. And you just simply hit the delete key. And they're gone. So again, that is how you would copy and paste. So really, once you put a day 7 in one date, it just becomes a copy and paste it to all the other dates that you have a day 7. And you would do that for each one of your days. So day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and of course 7.